Welcome to a new episode of a chap messing about with an old camera using tools which are probably not made for repairing cameras. For example, Ensign. Actually, no, that's used. Or whatever this is. Now, if someone has got an idea what on earth this is, please tell me. I've got no idea. But I'm going to use it. And I've got myself this magnificent, brand new, as you can see, camera, which has probably definitely not been laying around in some person's attic in Geneva for probably 50 years, because this thing is from 1940s. Now, what is to be done, and more precisely, what do I want to do? First of all, most importantly, make it work. And repair it, but like, put repair in like quotes, because you never know. With repair, the interiors is one part. Oh, I forgot my light. Lord. There you go. Is that better? A bit better. Not much. There you go. So, repair, but in quotes. That includes unrusting this mechanic which is in there, which is actually quite easily accessible. You just have to take off this panel. And then this whole pattern thing comes off. Second, which is a bit more difficult, is up here. This is, as you can see, TLR. There's something missing. Now, I've got myself a perfectly fine mirror, which definitely did not break whilst I tried to cut it, because that was the only mirror I had. But anyway, mirror. And let me find it. Leather. Now, as you see, here, it's going off slightly. I don't think that's supposed to be. So my idea is, because this is anyhow like slightly lower than this place around it, I wanted to put some nice, thin, brown leather about here, like all around. So that's probably something I'll do, but I don't know if I'll come to that today. Luckily, the inside of this magnificent machine is relatively fine. Like, yes, we'd have to maybe take away a bit of rust and maybe repaint a few parts, but all in all, it looks fine. And the nice thing with this one is it takes 120 film, so if I repair it, quote, I could use it. So, let us begin with the repair, in quotes. First, I will be taking off these screws again. These are also put in there, and this is the mechanic of this camera. I don't know if you can see correctly, but it is that simple. It pushes up, and then it opens this, and technically, by the opening of this, it hits down on this wee lever, which should technically close this one behind it. Now, as you can see, the oxidization on this piece of metal has done its work, as you would say. So that's why I've got myself just a wonderful, like, paper for, what is this? Terrassendächer, Holz, Alu, Solar. So that I don't get all the shite here on my beautiful desk, which is also brand new, of course. So it looks a bit better. Now it is to be noted that I already cleaned a bit this viewfinder, because I'll more or less demonstrate to you how it looked like before. Let me get the thing you saw through it before was this. Like, it looked like ground glass. It was so dirty it looked like ground glass. So yeah, I cleaned it before. But this I can still clean. Where's that bloody Don't be silly. There! I'm blind. Anyway, to the mechanic. Order. No. Oh, blimey. The good thing was this one has only got 2 springs, so I don't need to worry too much about like too many moving parts or other thing like that. But I do have to say, like, if you don't have many fluids to clean, like isopropic, no, what am I saying, isopropic, like hydrogen peroxide or God knows what all this other stuff they use to clean, like the professionals, I do have to say, lighter fluid is quite useful. Well, I've only known lighter fluid to clean, so I've got no other perspective than lighter fluid, but it's been rather good to me, so I do have to recommend it. Now, at least I'm very lucky to see that most likely no part of this camera is broken. Well, first of all, what is there to break on this thing? There's just like 4 sheets of metal and 2 springs. So there's not much to go kaput. But it's always possible that something might break, so I'm quite lucky that there's nothing that has broken after, like, wait, I can't count anymore. 80 years of operation. Now, if you want to fast forward this part, because then it's probably just going to be me trying to clean out a bit this rust which is in there, which, yes, it's not that most interesting, but if you do want to stick along, I'd be quite glad to do it. Like, not to do it, I'd be quite glad if you do, because that means that there's, like, at least a bit of interest on my, like, gabbing and like talking some kind of not so random but actually quite random stuff. Okay. Oh. So, as you can see, before it was a bit stuck, but now... of course, the infamous ful-vue effect. For anyone who knows it, this is the Of course, the Germans have got a word for everything, but the ful-vue effect is, so I can just explain, the effect which happens if you've trained something or something has worked, and then you've got to present it to people, and then it doesn't work. This is the infamous, now this is the correct use of this word, ful-vue effect. So, welcome, you're welcome, you've learned something new. If you want to learn any other German words, just ask me, but don't ask me for grammar, I'm terrible at it. I didn't reuse that lens with the mechanic, but the thing I did use is, wait, I can show you like this. There you go. There I used this Agfa lens because I also tried to repair an Agfa because, well, because the focus didn't work, but I didn't find a mistake, and like either I was too silly to know how to use this thing or it just broke. And I just built it onto this camera, and because it's got bellows I didn't need to like make a focusing system because bellows. And I do have some photographs of which I used this camera, but I can't remember where I put them, so anyway, back to the never-ending rant of mine. Oh, blimey. See, now, hopefully the ful-vue effect does not work. Yeah, there. It works. And the second mechanism is, I think, if you put it down, it stays open until you close it again. And then you can just, like, close it again. This is, so to say, so there are two modes. There's the, as on the camera, it is called the instant and the time. So this is instant and this is, right, this is time. Maybe if I repair it, I'll use it. Well, most likely I'll put a film in it and try and test it, see if how good it works. But like, first as I say, I've got to repair it. Please remember to put quotes. And just put quotes on every repair I see, because repair, in my point of view, is more like messing about and trying to see if I can maybe make it work. I say blimey. Well, even though the lens of the viewfinder is slightly got a bit fungus, I'm happy to see that there's nothing really on the main lens, which is quite nice to see, at least. Because that would have been a pain to see that there would have been full of fungus, or any other thing. And it's a one lens component, like it's only made out of one lens, which makes it much easier. Because if it would have been two lenses, you would have to take it apart to clean the inside and etc. It's a whole kerfuffle. So this makes it quite a bit easier. I can use this one. I'm just going to take off here a bit of this brass, well, the paint off this brass because it's going off anyway, and maybe I should leave it brass. I know it's very lazy of me, but like, I find this brass is quite a nice colour. Like there's some very, like, if you look at these expensive Rolleiflex, oh maybe show up a picture, if I remember. You do see them, they've got like sometimes some of them have got sort of brass-ish colours, and it's also quite nice. So this is going to be my my unique camera, which shall hopefully work. Jesus. I should have gotten a difficult would have been practical actually. And I've got this. This works perfectly fine. So Blimey. How do you feel then? Yeah, I'll have to continue with the toothpick. I don't have one right now, so anyway. Jesus, looks dirty. So it looks alright actually. No, it's not perfect. It's far from being perfect, of course, but what's perfect? Nothing is really perfect, so anyway. What difficulty do you also? What does this panel look like? Maybe could also need a bit of cleaning it. I didn't make it much better. Anyway, does this look a bit better? Maybe a bit. Well, to me it looks a bit better now, but I might be wrong. I don't think that's changed a lot. So, well, it hasn't improved massively, but like, it works again slightly. The string is also slightly corroded here of the shutter button, but like, it's not bad corrosion. Well, of course, corrosion is bad, but like, it's not the kind of corrosion which makes it stuck, so I don't think I need to do much on that. Well, I find it looks rather good now. Well, good. It's depends on how you look at it, but not falling apart, which is already a very good sign. Like, I haven't done too much wrong, let's say. Now, so, of course, the mechanic is still slightly rusted up, but let's see, that's still a problem. Let's see. This is rather annoying. I did see a mistake. This is not supposed to be bent so far back. There you go. But it was that anyway. Blimey. I accidentally bent this piece. Looks like an idiot. This slightly bent, isn't it? Is that better now? No, it's still not. Blimey, what did I do here? What are you looking for? Just bother. What are you looking for? What did I do to have this happen? Yeah, it doesn't work. Blimey. Bugger off. You bug. Yeah, as I say, it's rather annoying. It's the spring which is not good enough. It's the spring. Ooh, blimey. It's false, not going to help it. The spring is slightly stuck. Oh, I'm stupid, I don't have two sticks. Huzzah! I can just continue this. There you go, now I can... It's not perfect, actually, yes indeed it is. how does it work? Seems rather consistent. Seems a bit more consistent now. Probably just a spring which was a bit, the joint which was a bit there, like welded up. Yeah, now it seems to be working slightly better. Still not perfect, probably, but like, it's better than before, I see, because before it wasn't working at all, so I suppose better than nothing, eh? Now, I could really start taking off here on these edges, this roughed up part here, because this part is fine. Mechanic, let's say it's also fine. This is also semi-fine. It just has to semi-work. It's like a Trabant. Do you know this magnificent car Trabant? Let me show you a model. I've got a model of it. This is a Trabant. This is the car I would like to get myself, but like they're renowned to be not the best quality. Like they've got Zweitakter motor and are East German, but I like them. But this camera is supposed to be like a Trabant now, and if it works, and like anyway. So onwards, yeah, we are continuing this repair in course. Alright, so I've taken off now, as you can see, the paint here, and next steps, which I'll maybe do in the next video, or if I find the energy to do it later today, I might continue it even today. But as I say, I'm going to continue it, take off this, add this perfectly fine mirror here. Yeah, this I've got to also repair a bit, repaint it, put the leather back, and well, polish these edges and etc. And yeah, so this was the first part, which consisted of repairing the inner mechanics of this camera here, which do work now actually, which is a good point. Cleaning a bit the glass up, taking off the paint, cleaning a bit the inside, a bit, we don't want to exaggerate of course, and making a mess on my desk. So I hoped this wee small beginning was fine for you, and it was not too boring about my gabbing and my yapping and my however else you want to call my ranting about other things. So yeah, hope to see you next time, except if I have of course the time to continue today, then we might even see very short. For you it would be probably just a second. So yeah, I wish you all a pleasant day, and I don't know how else to end it. Good day.